Okay, so here's what I did different this year. So I just started putting these in, but I re-caulked every one of these elbows really well. As you can see, all the stuff running down was the solution and all the water last year dripping out on some of them. Like that one was fine, but a lot of them, they dripped out really bad. So I've re-caulked everything. I ran it again to make sure nothing was dripping out and there was no water leaking out. That was the old drain last year right here, but now instead of having it drain out to the side, and then last year I had that thing sitting off to the side, so the tube would go and it would stick out. In fact, it was that tube right there would stick out and drain into it, but then I couldn't rotate the thing around, and so one side would get burning hot, the other side would sit behind the sun. So what I did is, as you can see, I mounted it on these bricks on the side and then put it on basically a stand. But what you'll see, and this is pretty proud of myself, there's the pump that draws out and then puts in through there. But what I did was, now this thing sits on top of a Lazy Susan like it did last year, but I drilled 2 holes in the bottom of the barrel and then put some, well, I basically put, well, I won't show you, but I basically put a, it was basically, I cut one of these and just cut it off about right there and then screwed it in so there was a little bit of a downspout, and then drilled 2 holes inside the Lazy Susan, and then drilled a couple other holes in the Lazy Susan, so it basically pours out into the Lazy Susan and then drips straight down. And as you can see, I've got a hole in the bucket of the lid. So now this thing is totally suspended. It sits on the Lazy Susan and it can rotate easily. I mean, other than the cord getting wrapped around, I can rotate 360 degrees and bring this all the way around, because underneath, all it does is it just drips straight out. So, and then any second, I think the pump should kick on. But the only thing I have to do, just in case those plug up, I need to plug that thing up so it doesn't pour out the side. And then there's where I'll just fill up my stuff. But I've got, and I can just slide this out, which is the other nice thing. But I've got my solution in there, plant mix, and then the pH balance. So hopefully that keeps things from not running out of water like I did last year, because I would run out of water every other day. Let's see. Let's wait for this thing to kick on. While we're waiting for that to kick on, so then all I'm doing is just taking a couple of these tomatoes. I just dip them in the water and just kind of shake loose the dirt. That one's being a little difficult. Shake loose the dirt and just get it all off until you've just got the roots. That one's being a little more difficult, so just kind of knock off all the brown dirt, because I want this as wide as possible, and then just flick it out without breaking the limbs on that, and then slide it in and try to get it to poke down to where the roots pop down, and then just pull it back a bit, and there we go. So we'll do tomatoes and peppers. Okay, here you go. So I also replaced a bunch of the little pump heads. As you can see, this is probably going to get the camera all wet, so I'll bring it back here. There's my misters. And just sits up there. And then just drains down right here. That's as far as it goes. Not losing any water down here, not losing any water off the side. So I am stoked. Let's see. You can't see any of the roots that are. There's some. I gotta get that one to drop down. And it kicks on for a minute and then off for like 5. Anyway. There you go. I think it's a lot better. Oh, and then I've got these over here that I'll do in buckets, and I did 2 buckets deep. I drilled a bucket out and put it on top of another one, so that gives it about 6 more inches of height. So we'll see how it goes. I just gotta put the things in them, put the cups in them and the things, and plant those guys. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out.